This is fighting a war that is all about information. It's about changing minds. A lot of people have been, misguided by mainstream media. They believe to be true. A lot of people are coming around. The thing is that people are saying YouTube is much more controlled than Rumble. Well, if you're only talking to yourself, it doesn't matter, because unless you're one of the paid content creators for Rumble, nobody's gonna hear your voice, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can get more views on Instagram than I can Rumble. So it's like, why waste my time there? If nobody's viewing my content, why would I waste my time there? I'm talking to myself. It doesn't, you know what I mean?
on inDOCtriNATION.
Use the right 2 lanes to keep right at the fork. Stay on I-4 East, then use the right 2 lanes to take exit 79.
Let's get going.
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 79.
One exit up.
In a quarter mile, use any lane to turn left onto South John Young Parkway. At the left, head northeast on I-4 East. Continue on I-4 East for 4 miles.
My hometown is Naples, Florida. Hillsborough, yeah. So I got a CAD system. No, it's a live feed from there. Be able to go to calls in real time, which is
Drive around, broadcasting, watching somebody else drive around, broadcasting. Hey, John's live. Because there ain't nothing. Well, no way. Hey, John. I'll watch John for a minute.
And other dental procedures. DentalFillins.com pointed to a Thomas Ling dentist in San Francisco. Other strings led to a Thomas Ling working as an attorney or to a security expert working at a high-end firm. And although it seemed like the users were on the tip of finding him and his true identity, they never did. The reality of the matter is even if the users did end up finding the real Thomas Ling through these calls and emails, he seems to not want to talk about Mortis.com with a bunch of strangers.
What the fuck's going on? Why is that stream so weird? Why did I not get a notification from AJ?
The discussions were found on /g/. The paranormal board can have a distinctly r/no sleep quality, where serious discussions about the
So, are you familiar with r/no sleep?
Yeah.
And how would you describe the content there?
Weird.
Okay. But it has a particularly distasteful quality. It's not just weird, it's downright evil in some cases. It's the kind of crap that keeps you up at night sometimes.
Right. Hashtag it sleep.
Right.
strange is purposely indistinguishable from storytelling. Many sources I could find incorrectly cite the original post to come from the /x/ board and not the /g/ board, which is worth noting, as by the time the discussion reached the paranormal board, Mortis.com had already been brought down. What we do know is that when Mortis.com
driving home, got about an hour drive
the
home.
websites associated with Thomas Ling at the same time.
Listening to AJOT
Users
stream.
logged into 4chan and Reddit to report that Mortis.com seemed unresponsive, only to quickly realize that others, like Cthulhu, were also inaccessible. One user claimed that Thomas Ling did reach out to them sometime before this. He allegedly demanded that the users stop trying to hack his website, and when pushed for an explanation on Mortis.com, claimed that the website was only used to host his wedding photos online, which seems to be unlikely considering the size of the files, but it would be possible. Today, most of the websites are still down. You can still log into the quilting website, but Cthulhu and Mortis.com are of course inaccessible. Someone has personally requested that both those domains be completely wiped from the Internet Archives.
Watch the road for me,
We find
thanks.
no evidence of them, the only proof that they existed at all being that someone had personally requested for all the records to be wiped.
So the only reference that exists today
that this website exists, other than just random comments on 4chan and Reddit, is a request that all records of this get wiped. Nothing nefarious here. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Right?
Right.
Wow.
A wiki that existed for a few years to try and document every piece of evidence on the subject is also down, compounding the difficulties in researching Mortis.com after it was brought down. I did some extra research to try and find a conclusion to this story. I had a look through the remaining records on the Mortis.com domain. Even though the website is down, I noticed that it was slated to expire in 2020. Before this could happen though, it was re-registered under the same name, Thomas Ling, once again, under the same domain host. This re-register is valid until 2025. There is no way to be sure if Thomas Ling, who re-registered the domain in 2020, is the same as the original, as many of these hosting websites go by a policy of trust when users give their details. One thing that needs to be mentioned is Mortis.cc, a clone of the monochrome Mortis.com landing page that went up in 2021. Some of the resources I used in researching this video make brief mention of it, but looking around the domain registration records, what I could find was that a user registered the domain in 2020 from the company named Cheap, and has been updating it sporadically throughout this year. It looks exactly like the original Mortis.com.
It sounds delicious,
Of
Chopper.
course, there are reasons to be skeptical that it's even related
I
at
got
all.
me some lobster
If any
mac
of
and
you
cheese
are
waiting for me at
I'd
home.
be curious if you could
Sorry,
find any
Steve.
more
Good to see you,
information
bud.
and share what you found in the comments. Fairly Sociable has an excellent video on this topic where he concludes at the end with the theory that Mortis.com is nothing more than a website for downloading and hosting pirated videos, because there was evidence in the original source that it hosted an embedded media player, and some of the file names lined up with movie titles. Mortis.com could have just been something far more innocent than the name implied. This could also explain why many of the
Hello,
websites
Flashlight.
all went down at the same time. Either the
Andy,
FBI
good to
got
see
wind
you
of the
again.
piracy and Ling had no choice to remove them, or Ling got spooked by the sudden attention he was receiving from total strangers on the internet. Fearing legal consequences or his personal details being leaked, he pulled the plug on the websites getting the most attention. However, a part of me still finds this explanation weird. If Thomas Ling really
Welcome
wanted to
in,
distance
Dennis.
himself
Good to
away
see
from
you.
the internet frenzy surrounding Mortis.com, I can't understand why he would keep re-registering the domain as he did in 2020.
Fear
This
is
is
the
even
mind
if it was Thomas Ling who reached out to the hackers. When asked for proof regarding his insistence that he was just storing his wedding photos, he stopped responding. As one person on Reddit mentions, who hosts their wedding photos under the Latin name for death? Still, some of you watching may have realized something unconfirmed in the timeline here. The thing that pushed those users to investigate was the idea of the huge amount of data being hosted on Mortis.com all the way back in 1997. The original post was made around 2011, but the way many people recount the story makes it sound like there was clear evidence that Mortis.com had been hosting files since its registration. This is highly unlikely, and even considering that the site was never indexed on Google and is wiped from the archival records, we can only assume that the domain was registered and unused, only having the files begin to be uploaded much later in the early 2000s. If any of you can find proof contradicting this, that Mortis.com was storing gigabytes of data since the 90s.
I just had a thought. Hey, Danny's thoughts are intrusive. I just had a thought. He showed up, so I had one of Danny's thoughts. But listen, I was thinking. You remember the discrepancy between the view hours you got from our last vertical live stream to the view hours that I seem to have gotten?
Right.
Although I can't tell. I wonder if it matters whether they're watching sourced from your channel or watching sourced from the feeds view. So out there, if you're in the live feeds view, if you're in the shorts live stream thing, click the little button to go into the actual stream so I can get some more data on that type stuff. Because I think that's what I'm missing on the actual little chart, because I seem to be, it tells me I have these views that aren't actually apparent on the graph. Right? I mean, did you not see the same thing, that there's views there, but they don't seem to really add up once you get to the other end of them? There's view time, but it doesn't add up when you get to the end of it either.
Right.
So
Yes.
there's got to be something there between folks just scrolling through and folks who stop and actually click to enter. Because, I mean, I'm assuming you don't get a full chat until you do enter, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, but you don't have to enter. You can just stay in the short speed and watch it.
You can, but I'm curious, what's the difference in the actual turnover of view time from the people that are watching in your channel versus the people that are watching from the shorts feed? I'm so curious now that it's occurred to me. It's
Right.
killing me.
I would think that if they entered in, because I mean, I had 1,400 views. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I know that that many people didn't enter in.
Right?
I would think.
But
You know what
your
I'm
view
saying?
time, your view time accumulation was only a little bit over like 2 hours, right?
No, it ended up being like 26 hours.
Oh, 26, right? Okay.
Yeah, and because yours was like double mine.
Yeah, but it's not there. It's not real. Most of that did not actually show up on the other end in the calculations for like the future monetization stuff.
Right, it didn't show up under short views or watch time. Correct.
Not that I've been able to find. So if this view time exists, where's the payoff on it, and where do I find that metric? That's exactly what I'm asking.
But when it comes to view time, you have to put in all this stuff. So
Well, that's because I never did the request for monetization, so I don't have stickers and I don't have memberships and all that stuff, right? And the
Right.
reason is, if you remember, when I qualified for monetization, I got a strike that would like chunk out the data.
Sorry, guys, I just noticed it
So
disconnected.
I continued that, and the very end of that, I got a strike. So now I'm another 3 months out from being able to actually apply for memberships and stuff. But whatever. I mean, it's a thing. It was just a thought. One of Danny's
Right.
thoughts. It wasn't mine.
In early 2000s, please let me know. Still, despite
Hey,
these more innocent
what's up, bud?
conclusions, it's peculiar that someone continues to register the domain. Perhaps it is because of
inDOCtriNATION,
the
welcome
value
in.
now
Good to see you.
associated with one-word domains. But in any case, the owner seems keen on keeping it in their possession, as though it might go up again one day. That the firestorm will start all over again, and maybe, just maybe, we might get some answers after all. There seems to be nothing that goes against our nature as much as a mystery left unsolved. When researching Mortis.com, I found
I see you, baby. You want to... Well, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be on screen but a second anyway. Hello, Snark. Speak for me.
Howdy doody, fresh and fruity.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's the right stuff. All right. How you like this?
I've been looking, I've been trying to figure it out.
All right. This stream is going to be about 3 hours total. If you want to, you can hook up your channel to it. It should also land in the...
With evil energy.
I have very little data to work with on this format, so I really can't tell you anything except that it's possible and it's not difficult to do. But ladies and gentlemen, if you use OBS and you do your orders of operations wrong, it will stretch your OBS camera. And the only way to unstretch it that I've found is to go reverse through the orders of operations that you did to stretch it. If you can figure that out. All the way up until right before the show, I was in here banging my head against a misshapen OBS camera. And because of that, about the time AJOC came in, I had just figured it out. Just showed up myself because I had decided I was not going in until I had either the picture straight or had changed to get it to change back. What popped up? Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Alright, so you know how this runs, right? Chilling with Sasquatch, we check out some videos, we comment on them, we move along.
Yeah, but where are you gonna put her channel picture?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that totally for you. Things happening right now. Watch this.
Found myself dancing between two very different perspectives. I treated the post where people claimed that they had broken the login and found vast amounts of everything from classified government documents to snuff videos with skepticism. As Barely Sociable claims in his video, what's most likely going on here is that this has been one long string of telephone. Users may have fixated on the idea that Mortis.com was hosting terabytes of data in 1997 when this was not confirmed. It is far more likely that Occam's razor is at play here, that the simpler explanation is the truth, and that the domain was dormant for almost a decade before the increasing affordability of hosting data and improved uploading speeds allowed a Thomas Ling to download and stream videos through the Mortis.com domain. Despite this, something still feels uncomfortable and out of place when it comes to this domain. Why would someone go through such lengths as to wipe the records of the website off the internet? Something still seems very off when it comes to this mystery. If it were possible to go back to the website when it was still online and have the correct login details, I'm not certain what we would find when pulling back the curtains. What do you guys think hides behind the domain of death? Let me know down in the comments or over on my Discord. If you haven't already, check out Barely Sociable's video covering the topic, as he does an amazing job and gives great insight onto the mystery. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing or checking out my other videos, as it really helps me out. Thanks again, and have a good night.
Yeah, so so this came up on my shorts, I guess, and so then it was weird. So I went into my notifications to try to go into regular, and when I went to regular, it still was. It wasn't the same format as when I rolled across it in short, but it was skinny screen, vertical. It was vertical format even when I went through it the other way, so that everything was tiny and there's big black wings.
Everything is in vertical on this portrait mode setting. It's a feature.
So that's what you did. You set it to portrait mode.
Yeah, but if you're using any kind of a screen capture of any sort, once you set it to portrait mode, you have to go in and reset everything to function in the same format. It's not that hard, but it hasn't been exactly smooth sailing, but I'm figuring
Right
it
at
out.
the beginning, when you're in StreamYards and setting up your stream, you do it there. It's there.
At any point in time. Actually, this last time, the first time, yeah, I had to create the StreamYards, create the live stream, and then go in and switch it to portrait mode, and then back out and restart the window so that it can read my OBS camera in the right frame rate and stuff.
Okay.
But if you're not using any of that, if you're just using your phone, this is perfect for you. Especially if you're not going to be showing a lot of visuals like I do. You know, I got a lot of crap going on the screen. Then if you're just doing a panel shot, this is perfect. Perfect. I mean, there are random people scrolling through all the time, and you can come across the most interesting person alive. I mean,
I know, you're enough. If I was one of those people just a second ago.
But you're subscribed.
Yes, I don't count anymore. What?
This is the first time this ever happened. We're at Stubborn Brother, Toledo, the campus. I walked out with the pizza, no spider. Just nobody's out here. I'm just doing this. What happened?
The dentist was yelling at me for parking in the lot.
Are you still in the lot?
Yes.
So what happened?
I saw you over here.
So he's yelling at you still?
No, you went back here. I just asked you to go over there.
One by every those rules. I'm looking around. I thought he got mugged. I go, what happened? He got kidded. This is gonna be a 24/7 mystery. Dateline NBC. Spider gone. I go in. I pick up my pizza. He's gone. This looks good. Everyone's saying this is good. This is right on campus. Also, you know it's real. The lady we called in, she's like, we usually don't take orders over the phone. We're not that busy. I'll do you a favor. Not because me didn't know. So I guess you got to order on the website. Good undercarriage. This feels good. This looks good. Stubborn brother. A lot of people saying this is the best pizza in Toledo. One bite, everybody knows rules. I gotta hurry because you'll get the dentist is in Spider's asshole. Wow. Like really good. Someone said in there, they go, it's really good. It's really good. Oh shit. This is the best college campus pizza I've ever had. I don't think it's particularly close. I'm racking my brain. I've been on tons of campuses. This is the best college pizza I've ever had. Best college campus pizza I've ever had.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I've been on a lot of campuses.
Did you see the New York City water filter they got in there?
No.
It's supposed to mimic like the minerals in New York water to make that dome like that.
This is, I can't believe I'm saying this is an 8-1. I'm stunned. Spider. College campuses don't have this type of pizza, ever. This is the best college pizza, campus pizza I've ever had. 8-1, it's a legit 8-1. This is a stunning development in the snow and the sleet in Toledo, Ohio. In Mac country, I just found the best college pizza I've ever had. If you had a college campus pizza off, let's go Stubborn. Stubborn brother would win it. I don't think so. I know so for any place I've ever been. Let's go see if we can get this water filter.
Dave. Fancy. Nice to meet you. I'm the owner of some other pizza bar. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So we got
college campus pizza.
No, I want to give credit to this guy right here. It's
spectacular. I wasn't expecting.
It's really great. He makes great pizza. This is a New York water maker right here. It takes Toledo water, brown Toledo water, kind of on the level of food water. Like it's not good. We have algae and a bunch of shit in it. So the New York water maker does a lot of things that takes out chlorine, fluoride from our water. Reintroduces some minerals that are similar to like minerals that flow off the whatever the mineral range is, mining ore, like whatever it is. And yeah, manganese, there it is. And it just makes our water consistent, and we're able to deal with the consistent water and make it know exactly how we kind of want to do it. So
great.
It's
I wasn't expecting that.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, so we're really, I would say the only New York style pizza that's really in Toledo. Another good one if you got time, Home Slice. Yeah, okay, so we got one. They're similar to us too, or similar to Home. Similar style to that. So
no, that was this is great.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah, congrats.
I appreciate it. Man.
Take care. Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, thanks for stopping out.
That's nuts. I have to try this place. Interesting. Stubborn Brothers. It's owned by the Mancy. They own a ton of restaurants in the area.
You already subscribed. These are two totally different concepts.
There's a check mark next to me, so
You end up with a lot of chocolate wrappers and empty of cans lying all over, as well as a lot of
C:4. Does anybody know?
It's yeah, no, it's not colon. Yes, yeah. C4, just C4.
Alright, close enough for your
1900s. IQ scores have increased by around 3 points every decade. And while
Where is
IQ might not be
C4T?
equivalent to
I've not
intelligence,
seen
it's at least
C4T
strongly
ever.
correlated. Whether you think it's because of better education, better diet, or a mixture of factors, we have been getting smarter. That was until a few years ago, as new studies on kids born and brought up during the pandemic have shown that their IQ has dropped an awfully large amount. One study by Brown University that is still undergoing.
Those future voters on
I don't have TV service either. I have internet, and I watch things.
those future voters.
I stream things, but I don't have any TV provider at all. I mean, if I put an antenna up, I probably could. But
Always saying no throughout history. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changed. It's all the same. Even though changes people are not.
Lockdown changed stuff. You have children growing up who didn't see an actual friendly
Stubborn
face
brothers,
for
huh?
18 months. There's some families that are still running around wearing masks. There's still children out there who are under that particular type of tyranny. And it's weird to me. But okay.
Healthcare.
I was just talking out loud. I don't even know what you guys are saying.
Their approval showed, quote, children born during the pandemic have significantly reduced verbal, motor, and overall cognitive
Watch her
performance
channel.
compared to children born pre-pandemic. Another similar study by
It's a
Columbia
weird
University
format.
showed them fine motor
It won't-
skills,
I can't make it
general
go,
motor skills, and
horizontal.
personal social skills. Babies born in the
My
pandemic
phone,
were
it
significantly
locks in
worse off.
horizontal.
It all amounts to decades of cognitive
Oh well,
development
it's
that's been wiped
sideways.
out in just a few short years. Now, the reason why is hard to say right now. It isn't because of COVID-19 itself. The study included mothers who had been affected.
I'm sure on the browser you can make it go horizontal.
At all compared to healthy mothers. Instead, the study suggests
It'll just be
stress,
with
the
wings,
pressures
like
of
they were
possibly
saying.
losing their jobs, limited social contact, and moving fully online. Tons of people were suffering, and parental stress
Oh, you were talking about
is known
TV
to
service.
negatively impact the cognitive health and development of children. So it does kind of
Look,
make
I think it's
sense. And
disconnected.
it is pretty much
Why?
a certainty, however, that the internet isn't directly to blame yet. While it might have stressed out the parents and had a knock-on effect, no 1-year-olds are posting on TikTok or Twitter, even though it might seem like it sometimes with the rise of iPad kids. The important point, though, is that straight out of the gate, kids are being made dumber and head first into the maelstrom of information and get influenced by the algorithms. We live in an increasingly online world. The first thing that lots of people do after waking up is opening their phones. It's replaced or is replacing pretty much every other medium of information. In short, it's the new portal into the modern world. The problem is, though, that the internet's a much more passive yet addicting way of consuming information.
Well, Lion One was talking about this pizza place in Toledo
You can skin tens of hundreds of
that I was just checking out. Apparently, Portnoy's already done a one-bite review on it. Gave him an 8.1. Hey, Dirty.
It's the process that matters in the end. The uncertainty of when you'll get
Nothing, just driving home.
It's this process
Long day
that
at work.
drives people towards behavior far more efficiently than
Well,
regular expected rewards.
long
These studies
afternoon.
found you sometimes get a reward from pushing a button, but far more
Go home,
motivated and push the button.
have a
far
bear,
more than rats that
and eat
always
some
do. It's the same logic
lobster
behind
mac and
selling
cheese.
loot boxes instead
You
of
got
just
waiting for
actually
me.
selling the loot itself. But what does this mean for kids brought up in these systems? When their window into the world is a self-aversion of the system of gambling for uncertain rewards, what are the effects? If you've seen a kid who's completely enthralled with their mom's iPad and whose attention if it's taken away, then you've already seen it. This is something society has realized, though it might not have really accepted it yet. You see, the World Health Organization recommends that schools have strict rules about smartphones and that parents and teachers should drastically limit screen time. The 2019 announcement came after studies showed that intensive use was implicated in poor memory, psychological problems, and mental health issues, as well as text comprehension.
Yeah, I ordered it last night when we were out to eat together, but I filled up on salad and the mushrooms stuff. We get these Cajun mushrooms, which like just basically mushrooms with like cheese on them and like a Cajun spice and some sauce, and it gives you like little pita breads to put it on. Man, I munched them. I was hungry, but then my big crock of lobster mac and cheese came, and I could only eat like 4 or 5 bites out of it.
The problem is with the modern environment we find ourselves in In the West, at least, pretty much everyone owns a smartphone and interacts with
So go home, heat that bitch up.
So a lot of people might have chosen not to partake, but among 16 to 24-year-olds in the UK, over 95% own smartphones, and on average, they check them every 12
Oh, the fires, yeah.
Because so much of our lives are lived through the internet and through screens, makes it far less noticeable than other addictions. If you order your groceries, read your news, and get your entertainment from one device, then it'll become second nature. It makes the cycle of addiction for smartphones and internet use far easier to fall into.
Oh, dude, sit through 8 or 10 or 12 hours of your phone being out from the time you wake up and then do a video like I did of disjointed dystopian terror.
Well, Jesus is saying that was without choice. I'm saying choose to leave your phone. Don't just decide you're not going to look at it because you'll never do that if it's there. If you leave your phone at home, you will spend the rest of the day patting your pockets trying to find it.
I picked that phone up 100 times knowing there was not a damn thing I could do on it.
It's murder.
That's why I made that video. Yeah, it was motor memory. Yeah, muscle memory.
And you're like, oh, I'm just going to, oh, I'm just
Yeah, it is kind of close to bad hour.
Did you see that video I made? It was quite the cinematic masterpiece. I was told that I really did convey the dystopian drama. Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking, that's for sure. True. But what I'm getting at is, if you're one of these people who pat for your phone every 2 seconds, welcome in my flock. Don't judge me, just
Hey, Flock.
these are the same activities that a cigarette smoker without a cigarette do, that a cigar smoker without a cigars do, that a drinker without his drinks do, that an alcoholic does looking for the bottle, that a junkie does. It's the same mental trap. In fact, it's the same chemical compound that causes you to become oxytocin. So just consider that, man. That can't be good for us. Here I am perpetrating it myself. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, but there's also the whole side of it. I mean, everything's got pros and cons, because I wouldn't talk to anybody except the ladies at the dollar store or the cigarette shop. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't have any socializing at all.
You wouldn't make the effort to socialize a bit more just because of that?
With who?
I would.
Yeah, see?
I don't live your life. I know people.
I see the neighbor across the fence and wave and talk to her dog. That's about it.
There he
I've got
is.
plenty of dogs.
Yeah, they were just wondering if you're close to where the fires are, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how healthy that ends up being.
I mean, they don't talk back. That is the downside.
The thing is I do hear them talking back. So
About an hour away? All right.
Welcome in, Spot. Good to see you.
Hey, Spot.
Anyway, I agree with this dude. I think it's melting our brains. I think it's melting our children's brains. I can see the effect between, just my oldest daughter and my youngest daughter. There's a huge difference between the way these two people go about solving problems. My oldest daughter, she takes a swing at it, fails, and then searches. The youngest daughter immediately goes to a video to find out how to do something. And then can't tell you anything about it after she's finished it. Which blows.
Oh, wow.
That blows.
Yeah, the mind wipe afterwards because you don't need that information anymore. Yeah.
I don't get that. But okay.
The internet has made it much easier to learn everything about anything, but at the same time, it can be really hard to figure out what information is accurate. Most of the time, we assume the first headline or Google result we read is the truth, but that doesn't give us the full picture. And there's a way to actually break free from the internet's algorithms and echo chambers using a website and app called Ground News. They gather related articles from around the world and across the political spectrum in one place, so that you can compare coverage on any given story. And easily see a source's political bias, reliability rating, and ownership. And having all these different perspectives on one place
We'll be listening to your live.
Critically about what you're reading, and is essential when it comes to the issues like the Israel-Hamas war, but there really are no easy answers. For example, this story about South Africa taking Israel to international courts, accusing them of committing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza, has been dominating the news cycle. Up top, there's a quick summary of this court case from the left, center, and right-leaning perspective. And
Good to see you, PDF. Welcome here, bud. That's poor dirt farmer from Alabama.
here you can see more than 500 sources have been reporting on it worldwide. With all of this chatter, it's so important to separate facts from opinions, which is why I like comparing headlines to see how the case is being framed across the political spectrum. Left-leaning sources describe Israel's actions in Gaza as devastating, and their response to the lawsuits as propaganda, whereas right-leaning sources call South Africa's case hypocritical and even anti-Semitic. Only getting your news from one source can skew how you view the world, leaving you with blind spots and biases, but ground news has a blind spot for you. For that exact reason. It highlights stories disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. Anyone can form an opinion. Forming an opinion based on a balanced perspective is what makes you a critical thinker. And with that, you have the power to combat misinformation and not be an NPC. The internet can actually be a trustworthy space again. Platforms like...
I'm pretty sure...
I'm heading home.
What the internet does...
We're about
make all of your
25 minutes away.
No.
I was just working on some computers out at the detox center.
The internet is the great mind ironer.
Your wrinkles.
You know, you become one of those food brain people who believe what you hear.
We've all become koala bears with chlamydia.
I don't have chlamydia, but I would like to be soft and fuzzy if you
I might. I want to see what the wife wants to do. I gotta eat dinner, man. I haven't eaten shit all day.
Koalas have smooth brains?
Yes. They're dumb as fuck. They're like the dumbest animal there is.
Okay, so they're like dumb on the scale of marsupials dumb.
They're like ridiculously dumb. That's why they're drop bears. That's why they kill people falling out of the tree if they had sex. And when they came, they let go and kill people.
All right, well, moving on.
Media companies with big tech. Their only agenda is to make the news transparent, and plans go for as little as $1 a month to make it widely accessible. So take back control of how you consume news and go into ground.news/moon, or click my link in the description to subscribe for less than $1 a month, or get 40% off the unlimited access Vantage plan. The same one I use to provide you societal commentary grounded in facts. I really believe this is the future of news. How does using your smartphone actually change your brain? Anecdotally, it's far more obvious in kids whose brains are far more malleable. This video of a kid swiping on an imaginary iPad in his sleep tells you all you need to know. Scarily, what might seem like a slightly unbelievable video turns out to have a scientific basis. One study examined how the brains of people who regularly use touchscreens change over time. Those who use them a lot, like smartphone addicts, show an increase in cortical potential for their thumbs and index fingers. It means that people's brains got so used to overusing their thumbs and certain fingers, given the parts of the brain that direct them.
Alright, so that's the 1 hour mark. I'm going to use this one to fix this.
Hey gamer, I think you're full of it. I think there's not a single article that you have written that has any value.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay, so this is the hijabi gamer, and she's a gamer, obviously. She has opinions, and I love her sometimes.
Hey gamer, I think you're full of it. I think there's not a single article that you have written that has any value. Mary Sue? Mary Sue? The only value your articles would have, the problem with the Mary Sue is it's not written, so you can't use it as toilet paper. Yeah, Mary Sue, nothing you say is of value. You are pure garbage. I have yet to see a single article from the Mary Sue worth the paper it would be printed out on if you printed it out. I am amazed you have not yet gone broke. I will not go to Kotaku, Polygon, the Mary Sue, or the Gamer. I would rather just listen to other people talking about it, so I don't give you my view. You are pure trash of the kind that's just absolutely unredeemable.
Damn.
And this is coming from a woman, by the way, Mary Sue.
Poker.
Obviously, woman.
Maybe after I eat dinner.
I
gotta get home and eat, man.
Come on.
It's gonna be 10:30 by the time I get
I hope I
home.
heard all your little delicate little fifis. As someone who really enjoys playing video games and who hates all of this nonsense. My favorite characters are K6, Ghost from Destiny, and Viso. They have nothing in common with me at all. And yet, I can relate, especially with Viso. I can relate to Viso.
Oh, jeez.
The fact that you need people, that you need to see yourself on screen, to think that you have.
Done did what? What'd you done do? Where is the description of
They
this?
turn it on, they run around for a second and see the art, and that's what they do. There are stories on it.
I don't like this format at all.
Summed up in the first 15 minutes of play.
That's really sad because I mean part of the really cool part of the internet about having all the really specific coverage of really specific topics, you know, is to be able to get good opinions and good information from it, and to think that there's reporters on a genre that hate reporting on a genre just makes me sad.
It's depressing, and what's worse is, as a byproduct of this, you have channels like Nerdrotic, like Shadowversity, like these expert channels who come out without the intention of being an expert, only to find out that not only are they one of the most educated people in that genre, they're also accepted as experts by actual experts. Because take Oxhorn. Take Oxhorn. Oxhorn has almost 6 years of Fallout 1, 2, 3, 4, 76 in New Vegas country. He has been doing Fallout longer than most people have been alive, and he has been breaking down every inch of every Fallout map ever. So, and then I whipped out my cock, and then she whipped out hers, and I was like, holy shit, it's bigger than mine. The end. What the fuck? And then I whipped out my cock, and then she whipped out hers, and I was like, holy shit, it's bigger than mine. The end. What the fuck? And
I just played that dirty. I don't think that was a real episode. Still funny as hell. Dearborn Police. Oh, Dearborn County, Indiana. Manhunt. Manhunt on. I swear every single time I open Telegram, there's an update. Every single time. Go hunting. Yeah, ride detected. Wifey's checking on me. I'll turn this other phone off. It's fucking almost dead from doing stuff with it at work. Just let it charge. I'm mixing, yeah. Time to exit. I don't know why my phone is not. Alright, let me go off for a second while I try and figure out why it's not connecting to the car's Wi-Fi. Fuck. We're back. Sorry. I'll try and fix this though. Since we're slowing down and shit. Oh man, this fucking phone is hot. Lord, it's hot. I don't know why it isn't connected to the Wi-Fi though. Alright, we're back. Now let's see if it's connected. Wi-Fi? Connected. Yes, it says unknown. Okay, that's fine. As long as it's connected. Yeah, way back. It kept disconnecting, so I was trying to figure out why. Now, for some reason, it's saying that my car's hotspot is not a secure connection, so it disconnected the phone from the hotspot. So I had to make it a secure connection. Oh, we should be good now for this last 11 minutes. Gotta drive around the airport. Eugene F. Krantz, Toledo Express Airport. I'm disconnecting you. The scanner's quiet. It's scanning though.
Yeah, 611 dispatch.
As soon as I
Edward,
said,
going back to north.
ooh, I smell skunk. Skunky skunk. Ooh, somebody must have hit a skunk, man. That's strong. Oh, well, there's a carcass there, but it didn't look like a skunk. Yeah, roadkill. Getting on.
Good evening. Checking portable, non-service.
Portable again?
Ooh, a little bit of fog or smoke there. It must be fog because it's all over down here. Oh. Just on the right-hand side, though. Not a good thing to have right by the airport. Ugh. Let's get his brakes on.
Oregon Command.
Canine 0 guys.
When you're available, can you call the box?
Yeah, sure.
Call the box. What you gonna call the box, man? What you gonna call it? Yeah, he just sent me something funny too. I don't know if you sent it to him first or not. These signs used to blink. Got a little solar cell on top of it. Why it ain't working no more?
General broadcast for Oregon at Seaman and Falcoya. Female caller Erica would like crews to be in the area due to being afraid of her wife named Kayla showing up at this address. The caller is going to live at 3317 Seaman Street. Kayla is known to drive a dark blue Ford or a black Ford Fusion or a black GMC. Time is 22:16.
3317 Seaman. Yeah, I think it's dead. Yeah, that battery died. It got killed. Yeah, if you don't know that stop sign's coming, though, man, you will fly through it. It's actually silly that it's even there. The cross street should stop, but not enough there's not enough traffic on the one I'm driving on to even have them stop. Or that's where most of the traffic is. Rip battery. It wouldn't surprise me. There's actually a cop lives right by that stop sign. He's always parked in his driveway there. I mean, just a couple houses down from it, actually. I'm sure that is annoying with it blinking red in the middle of the night constantly. Oops. Fucking camera isn't working very good. Play poker, Film Garage. We'll probably play poker. I don't know if I'll make it to the first one. But I am hungry, and I haven't seen the wife for most of the day. On my day off. She's on call, though, so she's been busting her ass from home. Trying to fill that joint up. That detox. Alright, y'all. Love ya. Peace. I'll see you later. Is your game going now? All right, later.